Himalayas. Nepal, country of Asia, lying along the southern slopes of the Himalayan mountain ranges. It is a landlocked country located between India to the east, south, and west and the Tibet Autonomous Region of China to the north. Its territory extends roughly 500 miles, 800 kilometers, from east to west and 90 to 150 miles from north to south. The capital is Kathmandu, Nepal. Nepal, long under the rule of hereditary prime ministers favoring a policy of isolation, remained closed to the outside world until a palace revolt in 1950 restored the crown's authority in 1951. The country gained admission to the United Nations in 1955. In 1991 the kingdom established a multi-party parliamentary system. In 2008, however, after a decade-long period of violence and turbulent negotiation with a strong Maoist insurgency, the monarchy was dissolved, and Nepal was declared a democratic republic. Wedged between two giants, India and China, Nepal seeks to keep a balance between the two countries in its foreign policy, and thus to remain independent. A factor that contributes immensely to the geopolitical importance of the country is the fact that a strong Nepal can deny China access to the rich Gangetic Plain. Nepal thus marks the southern boundary of the Chinese sphere north of the Himalayas in Asia. As a result of its years of geographic and self-imposed isolation, Nepal is one of the least developed nations of the world. In recent years many countries, including India, China, the United States, the United Kingdom, Japan, Denmark, Germany, Canada, and Switzerland, have provided economic assistance to Nepal. The extent of foreign aid to Nepal has been influenced to a considerable degree by the strategic position of the country between India and China. Match the country with its hemisphere quiz. Land. Relief. Nepal contains some of the most rugged and difficult mountain terrain in the world. Roughly 75% of the country is covered by mountains. From the south to the north, Nepal can be divided into four main physical belts, each of which extends east to west across the country. These are, first, the Terai, a low, flat, fertile land adjacent to the border of India. Second, the forested Sharia foothills in the inner Terai zone, rising from the Terai plain to the rugged Mahabharat range. Third, the mid-mountain region between the Mahabharat range and the Great Himalayas. And, fourth, the Great Himalaya range, rising to more than 29,000 feet, some 8,850 meters. The Terai forms the northern extension of the Gangetic Plain and varies in width from less than 16 to more than 20 miles, narrowing considerably in several places. A 10-mile wide belt of rich agricultural land stretches along the southern part of the Terai. The northern section, adjoining the foothills, is a marshy region in which wild animals abound and malaria is endemic. Get a Britannica premium subscription and gain access to exclusive content. The Sharia range, which is sparsely populated, rises in almost perpendicular escarpments to an altitude of more than 4,000 feet. Between the Sharia range to the south and the Mahabharat range to the north, there are broad basins from 2,000 to 3,000 feet high, about 10 miles wide, and 20 to 40 miles long. These basins are often referred to as the inner Terai. In many places they have been cleared of the forest and savanna grass to provide timber and areas for cultivation. A complex system of mountain ranges, some 50 miles in width and varying in elevation from 2,000 to 14,000 feet, lie between the Mahabharat range and the Great Himalayas. The ridges of the Mahabharat range present a steep escarpment toward the south and a relatively gentle slope toward the north. To the north of the Mahabharat range, which encloses the Valley of Kathmandu, are the more lofty ranges of the inner Himalayas.